Minister, firstly, thank you for clarifying the position today and for confirming that you are committed to the bill and what it proposes to do, and that you are prepared to put the resources of the state behind bringing forward any amendments that are required to make this bill work. I am a former member of Oireachtas and I'm proud of it, very proud of it, and I thank Senator Byrne for doing something that should have been done a long time ago, and that is enshrining the name of Oireachtas and making it available to only one organisation in this country. And my colleagues mentioned PD4 and RACO. We should also have put into the mix RDFRA, the Reserve Defence Force, because the Reserve Defence Force, during the time I was in the Defence Forces, the reserves were available to this state at weekends and at night when we were short of personnel and when we needed to protect the state and the citizens of this state. It has always been a bugbear of mine and those of us that have served, that frequently we found ourselves in a situation where we were searching houses in this country during the time Tita Hirima was kidnapped and untidy, and the people's houses we were searching, known sympathisers of a Republican movement who regarded themselves as members of Oireachtas. The only people that had the right to use that term was those of us who stood in the uniform of the state and who stood to protect this state in every way. It is a matter of deep regret to me that people putting themselves forward as Oireachtas killed both members of the Defence Forces and members of An Garda Síochána in the name that they were pursuing at the time, whatever the hell it was. It is vitally important. This is a matter of respect for those who serve. And I know, Minister, that you've been aware sometime of the respect and loyalty movement that exists in the country amongst the veterans. That's a topic for another day and another time. Today, this is about this bill. I know that former members of the Defence Forces have always resented the fact that people used the title Oireachtas and indeed put it on headstones, when the people that we're talking about were not members of Oireachtas, did not wear the uniform of this state, did not stand guard on the border in this state, or did not stand guard on vital installations in this state, did not disrupt the movements of terrorists who used this country to propagate attacks in Northern Ireland. So I think what we're talking about here today is a step in the right direction towards respect and recognition for those who served. And I know that my colleagues and former colleagues will be extremely happy with it. I would hope that this is the first step in what I call restorative justice in the Defence Forces, because I do think, Minister, and this is a discussion we can have at another time, I do think that the Defence Forces needs to go back through its history and recognise the actions and deeds of members of the Defence Forces who put their lives on the line regularly for this state. The Jadaville issue, you and I know that's gone in a particular direction, but there are other great deeds that were carried out by members of the Defence Forces, both here in Ireland and in various other parts of the world, the Lebanon, Chad, wherever. And they have never been recognised for the things they did. And I think in a period in our history when we are pursuing restorative justice in other areas of Irish society, it would be a great act of loyalty to those who served if the Chief of Staff initiated a period of restorative justice and an examination of the history of the Defence Forces over the last 100 years and see where acts were carried out that were not recognised, where they might be recognised now. I was in Longford on Sunday at the removal of Michael Tighe, Quartermaster Michael Tighe, and it was a truly emotional event. When I met his daughters, and his daughters spoke about Michael's actions both in the tunnel and in Jadaville. And it's just a terribly sad situation that families believe this and believe that they have been neglected and overlooked. And this is not an issue for you, Minister, because you cannot do anything about the type of justice I'm talking about. You're not in a position to do that. For the first day that you try to do something like that, you'll have people like me jumping down your throat saying, what are you doing interfering in the military? You're the minister, you can ask them to do things, but they must make the decision themselves. So, rightly or wrongly, I'm using my platform today to ask the Defence Forces to actually look into its own heart and see, has it left people out? Has it forgotten people? Has it neglected the actions of people? And if it has, as much a part of dedicating the title Óglaigh na hÉireann to the Defence Forces, we should also look at the actions of those who served. So I hope the Defence Forces will do that. I'm really grateful to you, Minister, that you have thrown your weight behind this and that you will bring in the Office of Attorney General. And I'm grateful to the department officials who have taken time to go through this and who have taken time to engage with other departments to see what has to be done and to bring forward the amendments. So I thank the officials for that as well. Thank you, Senator Byrne. I really appreciate what you're doing here today.